Listen up. The world we live in, it's a game. And money, that's the scoreboard. But here's the problem. Most of you are still sitting on the bench, waiting for someone to hand you a win. Wake up. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to put points on the board for you. You either learn how to play or you get played. I grew up broke. I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to see bills pile up and feel like there's no way out. But let me tell you something. Money's not the enemy. The system, that's just the field you play on. The real enemy is the mindset that keeps you broke, that keeps you blaming, complaining, and making excuses. Money follows those who understand it. It's not about luck, talent, or where you were born. It's about knowledge, mindset, and execution. Too many people spend their lives complaining about being broke while never taking the time to study money, wealth, and how the system works. If you don't take control and educate yourself, you will always be controlled by those who do. That's just the reality. The rich understand this game inside and out, while most people are too busy blaming their circumstances instead of learning how to change them. The truth is, money isn't emotional. It doesn't care about your background, your struggles, or what excuses you tell yourself. It flows to those who know how to attract it, manage it, and multiply. The problem is most people don't even try to understand money. They work hard, get a paycheck, and spend it without thinking. They believe the only way to get ahead is to work more hours, chase promotions, or save pennies. But that's not how wealth is built. The wealthy don't just work for money. They make money work for them. They invest, build assets, and create multiple income streams so that their money grows while they sleep. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, the first thing you need to do is break out of the cycle of financial ignorance. Start reading books, listening to podcasts, and surrounding yourself with people who know how to win this game. Most people graduate school without ever learning how to manage money, invest, or create wealth. That's not an accident. The system wasn't designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you dependent. The less you know about money, the easier it is for companies, banks, and governments to control you. That's why the rich get richer while the poor stay broke. The rich understand the system and use it to their advantage. Look around you. Everything you see, the house you live in, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, someone is making money from it. The question is, are you the one paying or are you the one getting paid? If you're always the consumer, always the one spending, you're playing the game the wrong way. You need to flip the script. Instead of just spending money, learn how to make it work for you. Invest in assets instead of liabilities. Learn how to build something that generates income even when you're not working. Wealth isn't just about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep and how well you multiply it. Another mistake people make is thinking they need a huge salary to become wealthy. That's a lie. There are people making six figures who are still broke because they don't understand money. They spend everything they earn trying to look rich instead of actually building wealth. At the same time, there are people making far less who are on the path to financial freedom because they invest wisely and live below their means. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you know. If you don't understand how money works, it doesn't matter how much you make, you'll always be one step away from financial struggle. The first step to changing your financial situation is changing your mindset. Stop saying, I can afford it, and start asking, how can I afford it? Stop blaming the economy, your job, or your upbringing, and start taking responsibility. The people who win in this game aren't smarter than you, they just learned the rules. And once you learn the rules, you can start playing to win. It's time to wake up. Money follows those who understand it. If you don't take the time to learn, you'll always be working for someone who does. Time is your biggest asset. Stop wasting it. Every second you waste scrolling through social media, binge watching TV, or complaining about your situation is a second you could have used to change your life. Most people don't realize that time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and make it back, but once time is gone, it's gone forever. Yet, people treat their time like it's infinite, spending hours on meaningless activities while ignoring the things that could actually move them forward. Look at how the most successful people in the world operate. They don't waste time. They wake up early. They plan their days, and they focus on the things that actually matter. They understand that every hour is either an investment or a waste. They either use it to build something, learn something, or create something, or they throw it away on distractions. The difference between the people who succeed and the people who struggle isn't talent, it's how they use their time. Most people claim they want success, but their actions don't match their words. They say they want financial freedom, but instead of using their evenings to learn about investing, they waste time watching Netflix. They say they want to start a business, but instead of working on it, they scroll through social media looking at other people's lives. They say they don't have time to improve, yet they spend hours every week on pointless entertainment. The truth is, they don't lack time. They lack discipline. If you want to change your financial situation, the first thing you need to do is audit your time. Take a hard look at how you spend your days. How many hours do you waste? How much time do you spend on things that don't help you grow? The average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media. That's 14 hours a week, almost 2 full work days, completely wasted. Over a year, that's 728 hours you could have spent learning a new skill, starting a business, or improving yourself. And yet people still say they don't have time. Successful people understand that time is currency. They invest it wisely. They schedule their days with intention. They don't let distractions control them. If something isn't helping them move forward, they cut it out. They don't waste hours on drama, pointless arguments, or scrolling through content that does nothing for them. They focus on results. You have the same 24 hours as anyone else. The difference is in how you use them. If you work a full-time job, you still have evenings, weekends, and early mornings. That's more than enough time to build something if you stop making excuses. People spend years waiting for the perfect time to start, and in the meantime, their lives stay exactly the same. There is no perfect time. The only time is now. Another thing that holds people back is procrastination. They convince themselves they need to wait until they feel ready. Let me tell you something. You're never going to feel ready. Waiting for motivation is a trap. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. If you want to change your life, you have to start before you feel ready. You have to take control of your time and use it wisely. Think about it. 5 years from now, you're going to look back at today. Will you be proud of how you spent your time, or will you regret the hours you wasted on things that didn't matter? The choice is yours. If you start using your time wisely now, you'll be ahead of 99% of people. If you don't, you'll stay stuck, wondering why nothing in your life has changed. Time is your biggest asset, Stop wasting it. No one is coming to save you. That's the hard truth most people don't want to hear. Everyone grows up believing that if they work hard, follow the rules, and wait patiently, success will come. But that's a lie. If you're sitting around waiting for someone to change your life, you'll be waiting forever. The government won't save you. Your boss won't save you. Your family and friends might love you, but they can't do the work for you. If you want a better life, you have to take full responsibility and go get it yourself. Most people waste years hoping for the right opportunity to just fall into their lap. They complain about how unfair life is, how the system is rigged, how they weren't given the same chances as others. But let me tell you something. Complaining won't change your life. Wishing things were different won't put money in your bank account. The only thing that will change your situation is action. The moment you realize that no one is coming to save you is the moment you take your power back. Look around. Every successful person you admire got there because they made it happen. They didn't wait for a handout. They didn't sit back and hope that someday things would magically improve. They took action over and over again, even when it was hard, even when they were broke, even when no one believed in them. The difference between winners and losers isn't luck, it's mindset. Winners understand that they are 100% responsible for their own success. They don't waste time blaming others. They don't make excuses. They wake up every day and get to work. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that someone else will give them the life they want. They think their job will suddenly start paying them more. They think the government will pass some law that makes their life easier. They think a rich person will come along and show them the way. Let me tell you right now, that's never going to happen. If you don't take control of your financial future, no one else will do it for you. The system is designed to keep you dependent. That's why schools don't teach you how to build wealth. That's why jobs pay you just enough to survive, but never enough to be free. That's why most people spend their lives working for someone else's dream instead of their own. If you don't wake up and start playing the game the right way, you'll be stuck in the same cycle forever. The people who win in life are the ones who break out of that mindset. They stop relying on jobs that don't care about them. They stop waiting for someone to tell them what to do. They take charge, they take risks, and they create their own opportunities. This isn't about being negative. It's about being real. No one owes you anything. No one is obligated to make sure you succeed. That's your job. The moment you accept that truth is the moment you start to win. You have to stop making excuses. Stop blaming your circumstances. Stop waiting for motivation. Start doing the work, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because that's what separates people who succeed from those who stay stuck. You don't need permission to change your life. You don't need someone to give you an opportunity. Opportunities are created, not given. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes, or are you going to keep waiting, hoping, and blaming? The choice is yours. No one is coming to save you. It's time to save yourself. Money is a tool, not a goal. Too many people spend their entire lives chasing money without understanding what it really is. They think if they just make enough, they'll finally be happy, finally feel successful, finally be free. But money itself isn't the destination. It's just a vehicle to get you where you want to go. The problem is that most people never take the time to figure out what they actually want. They assume that more money will solve all their problems, but that's not how it works. If you don't know how to use money wisely, you can have all the money in the world and still be broke, still be miserable, still feel trapped. Look at people who win the lottery. They go from having nothing to millions overnight. Yet the majority of them end up broke within a few years. Why? Because they never understood money in the first place. They didn't know how to manage it, invest it, or make it work for them. They thought money alone was the solution. But money in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to use it is just a temporary illusion of wealth. The same thing happens to athletes, entertainers, and high earners who make millions but never develop financial intelligence. They spend it as fast as it comes in, thinking the money will always be there until one day it's gone. Real wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about how well you use it. Money is a tool to buy back your time, to create freedom, to give you options. But if you don't learn how to control it, it will control you. Most people spend their entire lives working for money instead of making money work for them. They trade their time for a paycheck month after month, year after year, never realizing that they're stuck in a cycle. They earn money, they spend it, and then they have to keep working just to survive. That's not financial freedom, that's financial slavery. The wealthy understand that money isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by providing value. They don't work just to earn. They work to build assets that generate income. They invest in businesses, real estate, stocks, and other vehicles that allow their money to grow without them having to constantly trade time for it. They use money strategically, making sure every dollar has a purpose. They don't just spend for the sake of spending. They put money into things that will bring a return, whether it's investing in knowledge, skills, or opportunities. Most people don't think like this. They get paid and immediately spend their money on liabilities, cars, clothes, gadgets, entertainment, things that drain their wealth instead of building it. They measure success by what they own instead of what they control. But financial freedom isn't about having the newest car or the biggest house. It's about having the ability to live life on your terms. It's about being able to make decisions without worrying about money, to travel when you want, to take care of your family, to give back, to have choices. That's what money is for. If you want to win the game of money, you have to stop seeing it as the prize and start seeing it as a tool. You have to shift your mindset from spending to investing, from working for money to making money work for you. Every dollar that comes into your life should have a job, either to grow, to provide security, or to create opportunities. If you don't give your money a purpose, it will disappear faster than you think. Chasing money without understanding it is a losing game. The real game is learning how to use it. Money itself won't change your life, but how you use it will. Learn the rules, play the game the right way, and take control. Because if you don't, money will always control you. Fear and comfort will keep you broke. Most people stay in the same place financially, not because they lack opportunities, but because they are too afraid to take risks and too comfortable to push themselves. They settle for jobs they hate, salaries that barely cover their expenses, and a lifestyle that keeps them trapped in the same cycle year after year. They tell themselves they want more, but when it's time to take action, fear stops them. The fear of failing, the fear of looking stupid, the fear of losing money, it all paralyzes them. Instead of stepping up and taking control, they stay where it's safe, where it's predictable, where they don't have to face uncertainty. But here's the truth. Staying in your comfort zone is the fastest way to stay broke. Everything you want, financial freedom, success, wealth, is outside of your comfort zone. If you are already doing the right things, you wouldn't be struggling. The fact that you're not where you want to be financially means something has to change, but change is uncomfortable. It means learning new skills, making sacrifices, taking risks, and sometimes failing. Most people aren't willing to go through that. They'd rather stay in a job they hate than take the risk of starting something new. They'd rather hold on to the little money they have than invest it in something that could grow. They'd rather stay comfortable than step into the unknown. And that's exactly why they never move forward. Look at the people who have built wealth. None of them got there by playing it safe. They took risks, they faced failures, they made mistakes, but they kept going because they understood that comfort is the enemy of growth. If you avoid discomfort, you avoid progress. If you never take risks, you never create opportunities. If you stay where it's safe, you stay stuck. The people who win in life are the ones who are willing to be uncomfortable. They are willing to fail, to look foolish, to go through temporary pain for long-term gain. Fear is natural, but letting it control you is a choice. You're going to feel fear when you start something new. You're going to feel uncomfortable when you step into unfamiliar territory. That's part of the process. But what separates successful people from those who stay broke is how they respond to that fear. The broke mindset sees fear as a stop sign, something that means turn back. The wealthy mindset sees fear as a green light, something that signals growth. If something scares you, it's probably because it's something worth doing. Most people are afraid to invest because they fear losing money. But here's the reality. If you don't invest, you're guaranteed to lose money over time due to inflation. You're guaranteed to stay in the same financial situation. You're guaranteed to keep struggling. The same people who are scared to invest will spend hundreds on entertainment, expensive clothes, or dining out without thinking twice. They're comfortable wasting money on things that don't bring returns, but they're terrified to put money into something that could actually improve their future. That's why they stay broke. If you want to escape financial struggle, you have to start embracing discomfort. You have to be willing to take calculated risks. You have to push past fear and do the things that others are too afraid to do. You have to learn new skills, start that business, make those investments, and take action, even when you're uncertain. Growth never happens in a straight line. You will fail. You will make mistakes. But those failures are lessons. The more you push yourself, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more opportunities you create. You can either live a life dictated by fear or a life built on freedom, but you can't have both. If you let fear control you, you'll always be stuck. If you choose comfort over growth, you'll never reach the level you want. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. The question is, are you willing to go through the discomfort to get it? Because if you're not, nothing will change. Winning with money isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and how well you use it. There are people earning millions who are still broke because they spend every dollar they make. And there are people earning a modest income who are on their way to financial freedom because they understand how to manage, invest, and grow their money. The problem isn't income. It's mindset and habits. If you don't learn how to control your money, it will control you. You'll always be one paycheck away from struggling, no matter how much you earn. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They get paid, spend without thinking, and then wonder why they're always broke at the end of the month. They live in a cycle of earning and spending without any real plan, and that's why they never get ahead. If you don't track your money, you're playing a losing game. The wealthy don't let money slip through their fingers. They tell every dollar where to go. They have a plan, a system, and a purpose for their money. That's why they continue to grow their wealth while others stay stuck. The first step to winning with money is learning how to manage it. This means tracking your income, cutting out unnecessary expenses, and making sure your money is going toward things that actually build wealth. Too many people spend money to impress others, buying expensive clothes, leasing cars they can't afford, upgrading their lifestyle the moment they get a raise. But wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about being rich. And being rich means having assets, investments, and financial security, not just expensive stuff that loses value. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they'll save money when they start making more. But saving and investing isn't about how much you earn. It's about discipline. If you can't manage $1,000, you won't be able to manage $10,000. If you can't save when you're making a small income, you won't magically start saving when you make more. Lifestyle inflation will eat up every extra dollar unless you develop the habit of saving and investing first. The people who build wealth don't wait until they make more money to start. They start with what they have. Another key to financial success is focusing on assets, not just income. Most people work their entire lives earning a paycheck, but never build anything that actually makes money for them. They trade time for money, and as soon as they stop working, the money stops coming in. The wealthy play a different game. They put their money into things that grow: stocks, real estate, businesses, intellectual property. They understand that financial freedom comes from having money that works for you, not just working for money. If you don't start building assets, you'll always be stuck in the cycle of working to survive. Debt is another trap that keeps people broke. Most people don't realize how much of their income is being eaten up by interest payments. They finance cars, furniture, gadgets, and vacations, thinking they can afford it because they can make the monthly payments. But the truth is, if you have to finance something that isn't making you money, you can't afford it. Wealthy people use debt strategically to invest in income-producing assets. Broke people use debt to buy things that lose value. If you want to be financially free, you have to stop using debt as a way to fund your lifestyle and start using it as a tool to build wealth. Financial success comes down to discipline, knowledge, and action. It's not about luck, and it's not just about income. It's about learning how to control your money, making smart financial decisions, and focusing on long-term growth instead of short-term gratification. If you don't take control of your finances, someone else will, whether it's your employer, the bank, or the government. The choice is yours. Control your money or let it control you.